Few things escaped the watchful eyes of those flying a drone over Giga, Texas. But what appeared, covered by a black tarp, stirred much more than curiosity. It ignited a veritable firestorm of speculation. Beneath that heavy cover, the shapes were barely visible but enough to identify the proportions of a compact car. And that was all it took for the most observant to connect the dots. There it was, parked in the factory yard, the supposed Tesla Model Q, a project that, until then, many considered a myth within the community. Only this time, the rumor had a body, wheels, and a specific address. What caught the most attention was the level of secrecy. Unlike other Tesla prototypes, which reveal minimal details or are shown without much ceremony, this one seemed carefully hidden. The dashboard, for example, was purposefully obscured, as if concealing some piece of yet-to-be-revealed technology. This sparked a wave of theories. Could they be hiding a new steering system? A revolutionary cabin? Or something we can't even imagine yet? Whatever it is, the Tesla team is treating it as a state secret. And it's not just the car's appearance that raises suspicions. There's been a lot of activity around the factory, with trucks coming and going, tests being carried out at full steam, and road simulation areas being used more than usual. Anyone who's been following the brand's behind the scenes for a while has noticed a pattern. This usually happens in the moments leading up to launches. And if there's one thing Tesla knows how to do well, it's keeping the whole world guessing, right up until the very last second. The similarity with the steps leading up to the Model 3 and Model Y launches didn't go unnoticed. It's like watching a movie over and over again, only with a new plot, the same sense of anticipation, the same external testing, the same signs in the logistics flow. All of this indicates that the Model Q is in an advanced stage of preparation. The difference now is that, unlike previous models, this new car is surrounded by an even more strategic, almost theatrical silence. This raised the question, why so much secrecy? Tesla is known for guarding its trump cards, but what could be behind this extreme care with the Model Q? Inside sources suggest the difference may lie within the car. Perhaps a new dashboard concept, something geared towards autonomous driving, or even a complete interior redesign. The company's silence only adds to the appeal, and speculation fuels the frenzy more powerfully than any official teaser could. Even Elon Musk, usually discreet about developments, lets something important slip. In a brief but significant statement, he confirmed that the Model Q is being tested and will be the most affordable Tesla in history. It's not the kind of statement one makes on impulse. And coming from him, each word seems carefully measured to make an impact without giving away too much. It was the missing key for fans and market analysts to start treating the car as a reality. And as if that weren't enough, during a casual live stream focused on gaming, Musk dropped another bombshell. The Model Q is being tested with a full self-driving system, without human intervention. A compact, affordable self-driving car? This seemed like a distant idea not long ago, but now it's starting to take shape. If true, Tesla isn't just launching a new model. It's about to change the rules of the game. With so much strange activity around the factory, confirmations from above, and a prototype hidden away like a relic, what was once a rumor became reality before everyone's eyes. And anyone who understands the inside story of the automotive industry knows when a company like Tesla acts like this, it means something big is about to be revealed. The question now is no longer if the Model Q will arrive, but when it will hit the streets. The confirmation didn't come through a grand event, but rather a specific and extremely strategic statement. Travis Axelrod, Tesla's Director of Investor Relations, stated in a meeting with Deutsche Bank that the Model Q will be launched in the first half of 2025. It wasn't an announcement for the cameras, but for the wallets. When a publicly traded company says this to investors, it's not marketing itself, it's making a commitment, and that changes everything. What was previously treated as a rumor or a provocation from Elon Musk has become a serious issue within market expectations. What caught Tesla's attention most was its tone. Contrary to the cautious stance adopted in past launches, the company now speaks confidently, as if everything was already in place behind the scenes. And considering Musk's track record of missed deadlines and bold promises, this new stance didn't go unnoticed. Anyone who follows the company's trajectory knows that when it appears this confident, it's because the wheels are already in full swing. This means adapted production lines, mobilized suppliers, and secured logistics. This move reveals more than enthusiasm. It signals a clear shift in Tesla's corporate strategy. The Model Q isn't just another car in the lineup. It's the pivot of an aggressive offensive toward dominance in the compact and affordable electric vehicle segment. And most interestingly, Elon Musk knows exactly where he's going. He's not just selling a cheaper car. He's opening the brand's doors to millions of new consumers who never considered owning a Tesla in their garage. Internally, everything indicates that this model will be treated as a top priority. Its presence in executive speeches and investor meetings signals a strong strategic alignment with clear objectives. Tesla, which previously targeted a more premium or enthusiast audience, now appears to want to occupy a space previously reserved for mainstream brands. And this inevitably puts pressure on its competitors to make changes. Brands like Volkswagen and BYD have already begun revising their schedules. Behind the scenes in the industry, the warning signal has already been sounded. The launch of a Tesla under $30,000, promising autonomous driving and competitive range, poses a real threat to automakers still in their infancy in mainstream electrification. The response won't be visible in the commercials, but in the spreadsheets. More investment in research, project restructuring, cost cuts, and, of course, an urgent price review. The race for space in the entry-level segment has just gained a new leader, and one with plenty of momentum. It's interesting to note how this strategy fits with Tesla's long-term narrative. For many years, Musk talked about making electric cars accessible to the general public, but he always ran into the costs of the technologies involved. Now, with advances in production, batteries, and artificial intelligence, the rhetoric is finally finding its way into reality. The Model Q emerges as the missing link between the company's futuristic vision and the daily lives of ordinary families. Even without an official launch event, the market has already begun to stir as if the car were on the streets. Analysts are revising projections, competitors are accelerating launches, and attentive consumers are already discussing the new model's impact in specialized groups and forums. It's as if a piece has been positioned on a chessboard, forcing everyone else to rethink their next moves. The game has changed, and everyone knows it. Meanwhile, Tesla remains focused and silent. There are no banners, no flashy commercials, no fancy slogans, just measured statements, discrete confirmations, and an unstoppable industrial pace. This quiet confidence is, in itself, a powerful warning. And for those who observe closely, there's no doubt the Model Q won't be just another car. It's designed to be a game-changer in the global automotive market. What makes everything even more intriguing is the Model Q's estimated price. Tesla has stated it will be under $30,000, but reliable sources already point to prices closer to $25,000. And some bolder rumors even suggest it could be under $20,000 in the United States. For many, this seemed impossible. After all, we're talking about an electric car with cutting-edge technology from the brand that leads innovation in the sector. But when you consider Tesla's new strategic positioning, this number starts to make sense. The goal isn't to sell luxury, it's to sell access. This shift in focus completely repositions the car's role in society. The Model Q isn't born to be a status symbol, like the Model S or the Cybertruck. It's born to be a family car, for commuting to work, for picking up the kids from school. It's the kind of vehicle that quietly enters cities, and changes the logic of automotive consumption. And the most impressive thing is that it promises to do this without sacrificing the characteristics that have made Tesla a global benchmark: performance, technology, and constant innovation. The effect of this on the market is like throwing a stone into a calm lake. The ripples spread quickly. Automakers that had been gaining ground precisely by offering cheaper electric vehicles, such as BYD with the Dolphin or Volkswagen with the ID.3, now face stiff competition. But Tesla doesn't compete with just cars. It competes with an entire ecosystem. Superchargers, software updates, app integration, and intuitive interface, all of this is already established. The Model Q arrives with this arsenal ready to use. And it doesn't stop there. Even with the price drop, Tesla won't sacrifice performance. The proposal is precisely the opposite: to deliver a practical, affordable urban vehicle, but with the brand's DNA. Fast acceleration, responsiveness, enjoyable handling, and a modern look are all part of the package. Instead of offering the basics with limitations, as many brands do to reduce costs, the Model Q promises to deliver the essentials with elegance. This appeals to both the novice consumer and the enthusiast who wants a second Tesla for everyday use. The secret behind this balance between cost and quality lies in the engineering decisions and technological advancements being developed behind the scenes. From the choice of materials to the body design, everything indicates that the Model Q was designed from the ground up to be economical to produce, but efficient to use. Elon Musk has already stated this. The true electric vehicle revolution would only happen when it became possible to manufacture them simply, at scale, and with reliable technology. It seems that moment has arrived. The idea of an electric car at the price of a used car is, in itself, revolutionary. Many people who currently wouldn't even consider switching from combustion engines will start to look at electrification with new eyes. Especially when they realize they're buying a vehicle that, besides being modern and fuel-efficient, appreciates in value over time thanks to constant system updates. Tesla's proposal with the Model Q is this: to break down the last major barrier separating the average consumer from the electric world. And this broader access isn't limited to the American public. The impact of this competitive price will be felt across all markets where Tesla operates. In countries like Brazil, for example, a car that costs under $25,000 in the US could mean a domestic version priced well below current electric cars. And this would undoubtedly spark a boom in the market. This is especially true among young people who dream of owning a Tesla but can't yet afford current models. The result is rapidly growing anticipation. With each new piece of information leaked, each image of the prototype, the community reacts as if it were witnessing a historic announcement. And perhaps it is. The Model Q isn't just another model in Tesla's portfolio. It's a symbol that the next phase of electric mobility has begun. Not with a roar, but with a gentle click of the accelerator in a quiet, lightweight, and affordable car, ready to change everything again. The factor that truly underpins this price revolution without compromising quality lies in the battery. More specifically, the new generation of LFP batteries, lithium iron phosphate, that Tesla chose to equip the Model Q. This choice was no accident. Unlike traditional batteries that use nickel and cobalt, LFPs are cheaper, more stable, and less polluting. And best of all, they offer excellent durability. By eliminating the most expensive and problematic elements from the equation, Tesla was able to reduce costs without sacrificing safety or range. The Model Q will have two main battery versions: a 53 kWh battery and a more powerful 75 kWh battery. And here comes the interesting part. Even in the most robust configuration, the expected range is around 500 kilometers on a single charge. This puts the car on par with much more expensive models. For those who thought an affordable electric car would require constant recharging or compromise range, This solution completely changes their perception. The car ceases to be an experimental luxury and becomes a real option for everyday use. Furthermore, these new batteries offer an advantage few consider. They are extremely resistant to high temperatures. This means less risk of overheating and a longer lifespan, even in hotter regions. For the average consumer, this translates into fewer service visits, fewer component replacements, and more confidence on long trips. Tesla, at this point, is not only offering savings on purchase, but also on continued use. A kind of silent savings, but one that makes all the difference at the end of the month. Another aspect that weighs heavily, literally, is the vehicle's weight. The Model Q will be about 30% lighter than the Model 3, a difference of almost 400 pounds. This was made possible by the new battery architecture and the use of more efficient body materials. Less weight means less strain on the engine, which automatically improves energy efficiency. In practice, the car goes further with less, uses less energy, and still delivers lighter and more agile handling, ideal for urban environments. And lightness doesn't just affect fuel consumption, it also directly impacts performance. Acceleration will be faster, braking more precise, and cornering firmer. Even though it's the brand's entry-level model, the Model Q is far from a simplified car. Tesla seems to have done its homework and redesigned everything from scratch, focusing on total efficiency. Lightness here isn't synonymous with fragility, but with design intelligence, a concept that often goes unnoticed by those who only look at the specs. The decision to adopt LFP as the standard also has important environmental implications. The materials extraction process is less harmful to the environment, making car production more sustainable overall. In times of concern about carbon footprint, this choice becomes a powerful argument for those seeking a vehicle more aligned with future challenges. It's not just about being electric, it's about being conscious. Beyond performance and sustainability, there's an emotional factor involved. Knowing that your car's battery is designed to last more than a decade without needing frequent replacements or complex maintenance conveys security. This is essential for those taking their first steps into the world of electric vehicles. Trust in a product stems not only from the brand, but also from what's under the hood. And the Model Q's heart, in this case, seems to be beating very well. Ultimately, the new battery is what makes everything promised so far possible. Without it, the price wouldn't drop as much. The car wouldn't be as light, nor would it have as much range. It's the central piece of a puzzle that had been quietly being put together. And now that the lid has begun to lift, it's clear that the emerging vision goes far beyond a new model. It's a new way of thinking about mobility. With the battery resolved, Tesla's next challenge was to optimize the way the car would be built. And that's where one of the Model Q's biggest innovations comes in. The use of a technique called giga casting. Instead of assembling the chassis with dozens of small parts welded together, Tesla decided to cast large blocks of aluminum at once, creating entire parts of the structure with very few joints. It seems like a technical detail, but it changes everything.